Good morning, everyone. It's August, or September 14th, rather. So, the people in the Carolinas and the East Coast in general, they are in full panic mode over something that has not yet happened. Store shelves bare, water gone, and I'm at an article here on DC Clothesline from Mike Adams. Now, you know I don't agree with everything Mike Adams says, and you know that I don't support any kind of political candidate like Mike Adams. But when somebody's right, they're right. And what is coming from the government, from the economy, from natural weather phenomena is incredible. Alright, so Mike Adams says nobody's ready for what's about to happen. I am. I was born ready. And he touches upon the idea that the East Coast is or has fallen into a zombie apocalypse of empty store shelves from the panic. From the panic. You know, I wonder if any of these people have ever heard the saying, cooler heads prevail. Probably not, if they're going to act like they're in full panic mode. So he goes on to quote an interview by David Jonda. He described what's about to happen as a rule of law reset and an economic reset. And it's going to happen, or is happening, simultaneously. Mike Adams thinks that what's coming down from Washington, D.C. will be historic and groundbreaking, but I have to disagree with him there. It's going to be more of the same, more authoritarianism, more do what I say when I say it. More of the same. It could involve widespread arrests and even military tribunals of deep state operatives. Well, let me stop right there, because there's another headline on the Free Thought Project about Congresswoman calls out Trump for claiming to fight terrorism as he supports the group behind 9/11. Okay, so I just got through saying what's going to come down is more of the same, only in a much more brutal, much more terrifying, much more authoritarian fashion that we're seeing now. They think that deep state operatives, including the likes of Hillary and Bill Clinton, will be indicted. And as I've told you many times before, these people will not be indicted. They don't eat their own. They eat everyone else. So, we have plane loads of people falling gravely ill as possible bioweapons. And look, I agree with that. I think probably those people were put on those planes intentionally and for the purpose of spreading a disease or diseases. And there's no reason to think that this isn't true, because we know for Prince Philip wanted to come back as a deadly flu strain to kill off humanity. We know that the Deep State New World Order wants a population of 500 million. I'm not saying that they're going to kill everyone on the planet except for those 500 million. I'm saying once they get it down to that population, they won't allow it to go back above 500 million. You can't control more than 500 million people. Very difficult. You know, Zygmunt Brzezinski, he told a room full of people during a speech that it's easier to kill 1 million people than it is to control them. So, it's very clear what these people want. We've heard it come out of the mouths of Ted Turner. We've heard it come out of the mouths of Bill Gates and Melinda Gates and politicians from John McCain all the way to Clinton, and that's what they want. So there's no reason to think that they wouldn't stuff a commercial airliner full of sick people that has a deadly disease to spread it across the planet. See, Mike Adams isn't understanding that, yeah, a bunch of shit's going to come down from Washington, D.C., and yeah, the economy is going to collapse. But what he's not understanding is the lengths these people will go to maintain their power. Now, come on. Think about this. Let's say you're a really rich person, and you have all these different fetishes and perversions. You're a drug addict. I mean, a serious drug addict, not a guy like me who pops pain pills when his back is hurting. No, no, no. We're talking about people that use the shit every day, multiple times a day. But I'm a drug addict because I got, 3 slip discs in my back. I get treated like shit by the doctors, but these people can get medicine or bags filled with every pill you can imagine, but not me. Because after all, I might get addicted to painkillers, which I don't even care if I do. I'd rather be addicted to painkillers than constantly be in fucking pain. Seems more logical to me. It's a technology that is supposed to be available for people who are suffering, and yet, because heroin addicts decided they wanted to mix fentanyl, which is 1,000 times more powerful than heroin, with their heroin, everybody else who needs painkillers don't get them. And I know lots of people who've been cut off because of these fucking assholes ODing. It's called collective punishment, That's what the land of the free is about now. Collective punishment. Oh, Nicholas Cruz goes and shoots a bunch of people. Now we got to take your guns. Oh, all these heroin addicts are dying of overdoses. Now we got to take your prescriptions. Oh, and it keeps going on and on and on. I mean, a couple of years ago, they discovered a painkiller about 100 times more powerful in a coffee bean. How long is it going to be till they outlaw coffee beans? yeast. They found a way to genetically modify yeast and create opiates that way. How long until they outlaw yeast? What's coming down on the American people is a whole new level of control freakism. What's coming down on the American people is a whole new level of economic disparity. The Great Depression ain't gonna have shit on what's happening now. But back to the bioweapons. I mean, it's pretty easy for a government to pack these people on a plane. And keep in mind that these planes don't get cleaned very well after a flight. They don't clean out the ducting systems of these planes. They just do the surface, you know, which means that those planes, that ducting system, the filters, element filters that filter the air, are filled with particles from people sneezing and coughing, and it's ripe for spreading now. I mean, that was the intention of bringing the Ebola patients to the United States. They didn't have to bring them here. They could have shipped the stuff over to Africa that they used to treat these things, but instead they threw the people on commercial airlines and risked spreading Ebola. And he goes on to say, the information is now coming so rapidly that almost nobody can keep up with it, myself included, and I have to agree with that. I can't keep up with it anymore. 5 years ago, yeah, I could, and I did. But now I can't keep up with it. It's so much. So much. That's why I miss things, because I can only read so much in a day. And while Donald Trump would like to pretend that he is enemies with these people, he's not. It's rhetoric. It's talk. It's like the WWF. It's talk. So, anyone who supports Donald Trump, you should really be thinking about why he's still supporting the same group of people who committed the monstrosity of 9/11. Here's the tweet from, let me see here, what's her name? Oh, yeah, okay, I know who that is. Tully Gabbard, or Gibbard. She says, while President Trump and Vice President Pence give 9/11 speeches about how they care about the victims of Al-Qaeda attacks on our country, they are simultaneously acting as protectors of Al-Qaeda in Syria, Idlib, threatening Russia and Syria that if they attack Al-Qaeda, they will punish them. Does anything more need to be said? Donald Trump, while he may be a good man, he may be, I don't know. I don't know the motherfucker. I have read a couple of his books. They were amusing, and he was amusing on TV, but he's a puppet. He's a puppet, just like Obama was a puppet, just like Bush, and he has the same masters as they did, or do. You know. the billionaire bankers that bailed his ass out of bankruptcy multiple times. It's Tulsi Gabbard, by the way. But this right here is, this should say it all. It's almost 2 years later. Clinton still ain't locked up. I'll give some credit, though. They have been gathering up all those pedophiles. And there's a lot more out there. Anyway, I thought I'd share these two things with you here. Because what's coming down from Washington, from the economy, is nothing less than apocalyptic. Hope everyone has a good day. Kill the state before the state kills you.